Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe where we help and heal one day at a time. Today we're going to talk about the black eyes of the narcissist. What exactly causes that? Is it a demon overtaking them, or is it something scientific that would explain it? So basically, the pupil is the black part of our eye. The iris is the colored part, and the pupil will dilate, become enlarged, and kind of squish out the iris, the colored part. Often when we're sexually aroused, if we orgasm, it's also to change the amount of light that comes in. So that's why in bright sun, our pupils will kind of shrink down, the iris will be more color in our eyes. And then when it's dark, our pupils try to take in as much light as we can so we can see better in the dark. Different drugs will affect our pupil size. That's why a lot of times people strung out on drugs, you can tell just because their eyes are dilated, enlarged. Also, this is a key thing, is when we have a rush of adrenaline, our body is in this fight or flight mode. So our pupils are going to expand because we don't know exactly what is coming on next. It's like a fear state. We're cautious. We need to be able to see as much as we can, light and just all around us. So that adrenaline rush actually causes our pupils to dilate. And that's in response to a fear. Something unexpected to us will give us an adrenaline rush. So when these narcissists are going through these rages, it's usually a fear that they're going through, whether it's a fear that we're not going to like them, it's a fear we're going to leave, it's a fear they can't control us. So their adrenaline is pumping. And if you notice, that usually happens when they're in a rage, when they're like losing their minds, basically, because the adrenaline is pumping so hard. They don't usually get narcissistic black eyes when they're, oh, you did something stupid. Like their eyes aren't going to dilate like that. They need that adrenaline rush for the reaction in their pupil size. So that's why it's done during the rage. It's not just where all of a sudden you're talking to them and their eyes just change. It's when they're in that heightened state, that fear, whatever it is that they're fearing is causing that adrenaline. And usually that's when we act out. That's when we yell, or like we're losing control. So they're losing control, and that's fearful to them. So, I've always had a hard time with people saying it's demonic. Sometimes, depending on your spirituality, they can either have an unkind inner spirit, or maybe there's something from the outside. But I did a video on the brain damage that the narcissist has, and they have a thinner cerebral cortex. So maybe that's something for some spirits to come in if you believe in that. But scientifically, there is a reason for it. It is the adrenaline rush, just like I said, when we're sexually aroused, or we need the light to change. There's reasons that our pupils will dilate. Theirs are going to dilate just like ours do when they're aroused. But they have such an influx of this adrenaline. We're having an argument with them, but we don't get that extreme of an adrenaline rush. They do, because they're in a different stage of coping, and overwhelms them. And that's why with their brain damage, when they're at rest, they have suppression in their impulse control. And so they have a lot of different things going on in their brains that we don't have going on. So their reactions are going to be either more extreme. And that's what we see is they're just so overcome by the adrenaline, and you can probably see it. They're raged, they're tense. It's not a normal state. So the narcissistic eyes don't just happen, they will happen during the rage. And the rage is what causes the adrenaline rush, or coincides with the rage and the adrenaline rush at the same time. So you can comment below if you think it's demonic, but there is a scientific reason for that. And everybody has different religious beliefs. It could be something causing it, but there is scientific evidence that it's due to the adrenaline rush. So I just thought that was interesting. It can be very scary. A lot of people call it dead eyes. And it's just like if you're in a fight or flight thing, you kind of tune everything out. You just kind of black out and hone in on what you need right now to survive. So you most likely, if you're scared you're about to get murdered, you're not going to have all these like different facial expressions or a calmness or a loving, because you're in that fight or flight mode, and that's what they go into. And that's why facial expressions can drop, where it's even scarier, like they seem like they're not a person anymore. So you can even say, like, if you felt like you're about to get murdered, like you just saw a ghost, to where you just totally changed. So when the narcissist goes through these things, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the reaction to the fear and the reaction to the adrenaline rush. So I just thought it was something interesting. Please like and subscribe, and comment below. I'd love to hear what you guys would like to talk about. See you next time.